related.
Bishop Laver's detectives are hard at work pursuing leads in a bid to apprehend those who are responsible for the death of a 3-month-old boy and the attempt to kill an adult female in Yellowwood Street, Bonteheuwel, this morning, Friday, the 22nd of August, 2025.
Let's stay in the Western Cape. Lobby group AfriForum says it hopes the Western Cape High Court will rule in its favour when their court challenge against the City of Cape Town's new property tariffs is heard. Last month, the South African Property Owners Association filed an urgent High Court application to have property tariffs implemented by the municipality reviewed and set aside. AfriForum also filed its own court papers yesterday, joining the association's court case, which will be heard next month. Ntutuzelo Nene has more.
The South African Property Owners Association and AfriForum are challenging the city's cleaning levy and its fixed charges for water and sanitation, which were implemented from July 1st. They argue that the metro went outside the national legal framework to impose its municipal rates and taxes. AfriForum's Morne Mostert says they are hoping the court will convince the city to change its stance.
Because of this disagreement, it's best if the matter is tested in court, and because of the innovation that the city shows, we think that they must be given at least to the next financial year to correct the promise.
The city has previously slammed SAPOA's court action, labeling it as an attempt to protect their own vested interests and to put their profits ahead of the people of Cape Town. Ndutuzelo Nene, Eyewitness News.
The South African Police Service has exonerated corruption-accused crime intelligence boss Dumisani Khumalo. Khumalo recently underwent an internal process looking into allegations against him. He and 5 other senior officers currently face charges of fraud and corruption. The charges relate to the appointment of 30-year-old Dineo Mokwele to an executive position within crime intelligence in April last year, despite her having no policing capabilities, knowledge or skills. Today, Khumalo has been appearing in the Pretoria High Court seeking the relaxation of his bail conditions to allow him to go back to work. As part of his release on bail, Khumalo is prohibited from entering any SAPS intelligence premises. In an affidavit read into the court record by his lawyer, Khumalo says an internal investigation into his conduct has now been completed.
After my release on bail, an internal investigation was concluded against me, during which time I was temporarily transferred as a precautionary. The outcome of this investigation exonerated me and my precautionary transfer was terminated.
To this now, SA Steel Mills employees want the Industrial Development Corporation to approve the sale of the company to an investor who will prioritise their interests. A group of frustrated workers has been picketing outside the IDC offices in Sandton today. SA Steel Mills has been under business rescue since last year and has requested for an expression of interest from a potential buyer. Workers have gone without pay since the start of the business rescue process. Ntokozo Khumalo has more.
Disgruntled workers gathered outside the IDC offices are calling on the corporation to intervene and bring an end to the long business rescue process. Some employees say their families have been negatively impacted by this process as they have gone without pay for months. This is the second picket this year where workers have approached the IDC for assistance. SA Steel Mills employee Lihlohonolo Sileke.
We're hoping that IDC will agree with workers to say we'll support whoever says is going to save the jobs of workers and return the workers back to work, because people are hungry, are frustrated, and families have been destroyed.
The picketing workers say they need the corporation to respond to their demands and not just stay silent. Ntokozo Khumalo, Eyewitness News, Sandton.
And Indonesia's press freedom watchdog has instructed police to reopen an investigation into the murder of a journalist. Aditya Woman was found dead and beaten in a well at his home this month. The watchdog says new evidence suggests that his reporting on tin mining led to his killing. Tin mining, both legal and illegal, has caused extensive environmental damage to the small island of Bangka, where the metal has been widely extracted for use in global electronics. Gold is trading at $3,331.69 an ounce. The rand is at 17.63 to the dollar, 23.65 to the pound, 20.46 to the euro, and Brent crude oil is at $67.54 a barrel.
And in the traffic, we've got delays on the N3 North between Van Buren Road and the Giluli's interchange while traveling on the R21 South. There's a stop and go situation as you come out of the Tembisa Olifantsfontein Road towards Kempton Park. Roadworks are taking place all the way towards the R23. And then when you get onto the Tambo interchange, an accident has been reported there after Pomona Road. It's also causing delays.
It's a fine afternoon in Gauteng today. Temperatures have peaked at highs of between 28 and 29 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour: the 3-month-old baby that was rushed to hospital after being caught in gang crossfire in Bonteheuwel has died.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
Show up for the finalist who showed up for you. Gauteng's greatest awards with 702 and Yoko. Vote for your favorite local business now on primemediaplus.com.
702.
Live
On the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856
92.7.
and 106 FM. Let's walk the talk.
Very good afternoon to you. I'm Jane Dutton. I'm in for Relebogile. It's very good to have you with us. In the last hour, we were talking about cotters, and I must say I failed. I couldn't get my mouth around most of them. They're so enormous, but so absolutely delicious, with moleko meat and street bites. And then we listened to the beautiful Maya singing and dancing to 3 songs. In this next hour, we're talking about the upside of failure. And my guest is Danica Del Rey Jones. We're joined by someone we know, we love. We've seen her on our TV screens in many different roles. We've seen her as Simone on Scandal, Generations, TK on Unseen Season 2. And she's starring in a film coming out in South African cinemas on the 20th of September. The film titled Hunting Jessica Brock. And I'd love to hear from you. She'd love to hear from you. I'm sure you've got lots of questions for her to find out how she's managed to turn her failures into successes. The phone number is 011-883-0702. You can tweet me at Jane Dutton or at Radio 702. You can email me on 702 at 702.co.za. You can WhatsApp us on 072-702-1702. And you can also send us messages on Facebook.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
You know, when you walked in, I thought you were Pearl Tusi.
I get that a lot. Hi, Jane.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Does that wind you up?
No, not at all, actually. I admire Pearl, but I'm not her.
No.
So I'm my own person, but it is kind of funny. They should put us into something together, maybe
Absolutely.
Sisters.
I mean, amazing similarities.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, long time ago, when I was in London, somebody thought I was Annie Lennox.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I had short hair, also fine, all that kind of stuff. So I was trying to pull it off, and then they said, "Can you sing us something?" I was like, I mean, we can't sing in our family, so that's where it all ended.
Yes.
So, I mean, failure you've made so many successes. You've been with us for a long time, and I know a lot of people know your work, and you are a celebrated actress. But I should imagine there were moments of hardship where things didn't quite go as you planned. How important is failure?
Oh, very important, because I feel like I've held failure in everything. That's such a weird thing to say, right? Like, you know, when I think about my life, it's always been this perfect, if I can call it that, balance of absolutely not succeeding and then getting up from the not succeeding and taking a look at what that looks like. And sometimes it's got nothing to do with how I failed. I mean, nothing to do with how I failed, but the thing that I failed at was the thing I wasn't supposed to be good at, I guess.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And you didn't realize you weren't good at that until you failed at it. Yeah?
I mean, I don't think it's about being good or bad. I think that just sometimes it's just not meant to work at that time. I think that failure, a lot of the time people think it's got to do with those two extremes about, whether you're good at something or really bad at something. But I think it's way more than that. I think it's about seasons. I think it's about, do you fit something? I think it's about whether something fits into your life. And a lot of the time when I look back, it wasn't meant to fit. Yeah.
When did you first start noticing failures and what failure might lead to?
All my life. I think when I was in primary school, I realized very quickly that I was not an academic as an academic needed to be celebrated. I wasn't going to get the top maths classes, the top maths mark in class, because I just didn't get it. I didn't get it. And science, wow. But one day, my teacher said that we were going to be doing a book review, and it was going to be an oral. And I thought, I can't do it. I'm very nervous. My mom and dad had just gotten divorced. I was going through a lot of things that at 9, I just feel like I shouldn't have been going through.
Too big.
Yeah, really big things, big shifts. And then I had to do this oral and be in front of everyone. And everyone was looking at me already for things that I had no control over. My mom and dad's failed relationship, and that was on me as this little person. And I had to stand in front of the class and do this oral, and I did it, and I acted out every single character. And my teacher and classmates, the way that they looked at me, it shifted something in me, because I was like, wow, I feel like I'm good at something for like once in my life. I feel it is very emotional. It is, but it felt that way because I did for a very long time feel like I wasn't good at things, because structurally, or the way that the system works, tells you that. And
did you take on your parents' divorce as a failure on your side? Did you feel that? Did you take that on as a kid?
I think so. Looking back, and even now in my life, like how I move with myself, there's sometimes things that I take on that are not mine to take on. I think it's part of my personality.
And how do you know when you're taking on something that's not yours to take on? I mean, is there a red flag now that...
Every single time, but it's like I can't help myself. In fact,
sounds like you do it often.
I do it so often. But I also think that it's what makes me the type of performer that I am, or the type of artist that I am, because I take on characters, like I take them on in their fullness, unapologetically. So a blessing and a curse, maybe.
And is that cathartic when you go through it? I mean,
absolutely. Absolutely.
And do you think you have to feel those failures or shortcomings to become a good actress? Do you have to know that kind of darkness to really get into a role?
I think it's an unpopular truth of mine. I can't speak for everyone. But for me, certainly, I feel as though experience in my life trumped protocol. I didn't learn, I didn't learn how to act for learning how to act. I experienced life, and that's what I bring into my acting. Do I wish it upon anyone? No, absolutely not. But I think that people create from different places, and the place that I have created from is the journey that I've traveled, which wasn't always great. It was, but it's had some amazing moments. But I find that now the characters that I'm creating are not having magical, incredible moments. They're having hard moments, and so it's almost like I gift them my hard moments.
Yeah. And we're going to take a look in depth at that. But first, let's listen to this.
When you empower a woman, you empower a whole nation. Women have a remarkable way of multiplying whatever is placed in their hands. This August, we're celebrating Women's Month with the theme Building Resilient Economies for All. We reflect and honor the courageous women of 1956 who took a stand against the injustices of the past. We also recognize and celebrate all South African women who continue to lead, build, and inspire across every part of our society, from business and education to peace building and beyond. Yes, there is still much to be done. The pursuit to achieving total gender equality and empowerment will continue until every woman is able to enjoy the benefits of a safe and just society. #Rekaufela Basadi. #Women's Month 2025. A message by the National Department of Sport, Arts and Culture.
It's that time of the year. Sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, blocked noses and coughs. It's time to live, work, play and sleep allergy-free. For trusted relief for you and your family this allergy season, ask your pharmacist for the Adcock Ingram OTC Allergy Survival Pack. With products like Allergex Non-Drowsy, Cetacid, Levogex and more, we have you covered. Remember, Adcock Ingram OTC. And visit beprepared365.co.za.
Meet the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, re-engineered to be our thinnest and lightest foldable yet. Move with confidence, powered by an ultra-sleek, ultra-slim design that adapts wherever life takes you. Open your world to expansive screens, seamlessly crafted for work and play. It's innovation that fits your pocket. Upgrade to the new Galaxy Z Fold 7 and get double the storage on us. Hurry, offer ends 31 August. T's and C's apply.
The Festival of Motoring, powered by Westbank, brings the spirit of Ubuntu to the Kyalami Grand Prix circuit from the 29th to the 31st of August. Experience thrilling track drives, 4x4 adventures, drifting, supercar hot laps, and F1 demos. Get your tickets on Howler and use the promo code RADIO for a special discount. The Festival of Motoring, the power of new.
Every Thursday on 702 Breakfast, Old Mutual Corporate tackles the tough questions around South Africa's retirement crisis and how to change the future we're heading toward within the world of work.
So certainly I think we also on a journey. We've started our reform journey and you know, we would have done the two-part retirement system, which covers the preservation part of it. We're going to reduce the leakage in the schemes. But when you look at the Australian context, it's a journey that has got a long time in it. So they started from mandatory contributions at a rate of 3%. They're now at 12%. So it's not a question of us copying and pasting. It's us appreciating retirement reform doesn't happen overnight.
The Old Mutual Thought Leaders Forum, Thursdays between 6 and 9 a.m. Brought to you by Old Mutual Corporate on 702.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
I'm talking to Danica Del Rey Jones, and we were just talking to each other, and you were saying,
Yes.
I've met you before.
Yes.
And we have. We met at a mutual friend's house about 2 years ago. Tell us
Yes.
about how exciting that is in your journey.
It's insane because, funny enough, I think I was going to be jumping into shooting, like day one of hunting Jessica Brock that week, and I had met you guys on the Friday, and I was feeling I was supposed to be on another project, and I wasn't able to do that project because I had booked hunting Jessica Brock, and so the friend, our mutual friend,
Yes.
she said, "Come over, I want you to meet some woman that I think could offer you something. Just come and hang out. It's just women in the industry and women that I know, and we're just gonna have some drinks and some snacks and chill and talk." And I met you, and I met Shannon Ezra, and Shannon had just shot season 2, I think, of Lioness, if I'm not mistaken, and she was talking about that and leading, and you were talking about all your adventures in London, and it was insane just sitting there because I felt like I had such a big task ahead of me, and then I was hearing these women who had conquered beyond the borders of South Africa, speaking almost over me and into my life. And now you're giving me one of my first candid interviews. And it's just like a complete full circle. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
And we were looking at each other going,
we have met. Where did we meet?
Well, good memory. I love that memory.
Yeah.
Let's get. I mean, memories are so important, obviously, in the sort of work that you do, and obviously we're focusing on failures.
Yes.
And I just want to remind anybody listening, if you want to ask Danica anything about her life, about how it could relate to your life, about what you heard about her when she was talking earlier on about her relationship with her parents and how it made her feel, give us a call on 011 883 0702. You can WhatsApp us as well on 072 702 1702. You talk about one of your failures dropping out of DUT in the second term of the first year. What happened there?
Oh my goodness. Ooh. Not something that I really want to say, but I got into a situation where I was assaulted.
Oh.
And I just felt like everything had been taken from me. I just felt like I had nothing to give. And the thing that I loved the most was acting.
Mm.
And I remember Debbie Lutger, she was the HOD of the drama departments at the Courtyard Theatre at DUT, and she sat down with me after the experience and said, you know, you don't have to leave. You can stay. This thing is going to heal you. It's going to be so good for you. And I looked at her and I was like, no, I actually can't stay. And I left, and then my life just went on an absolute crazy journey of unraveling and then revealing myself more to me, or who I needed to become. Yeah.
So I'm sorry you were assaulted. I mean, how awful. But
yeah.
But I mean, so you were saying it in a funny way, it sort of taught you stuff about yourself that you might not have known.
Yeah, 100%. I think. So I worked so many jobs. I was a waitress. I did hostessing. I worked in admin. I did everything. And I kept meeting people. And when I was meeting people, I was meeting different phases of myself and different stages of myself, because I don't think I'm perfect. I've never thought that. But when I meet people, they do something. I love people. I love human nature. I love humans. I could sit and watch people all day. I learn something from everybody. I can speak to anyone and I will learn something. I know, if I just take the time. And those jobs, what they required of me was to be a people person and engage with many, many, many different people from all walks of life. Whether it was ushering out the drunk person who really didn't want to leave the bar when I was a waitress, or whether it was trying to set up a meeting for my boss and a client, whether it was trying to sell someone a drink, but I don't drink. All these different ways that you adapt. You know, people say it's a form of manipulation. I don't think so. I think that the strongest person in the room is the one that can adapt to their environment. And that was something that I could do in every job that I took on. And so I wonder now, looking back, how would I have become the artist that I am now if I had the training? I don't know. I think...
And you'll never know.
I'll never know.
No.
But in not getting that degree, not staying to see what that meant, I think I unlocked different parts of myself.
Interesting hearing you talk about how you can adapt to different situations, but I think you have to. I mean, you can't meet everybody and just, I mean, obviously yourself, but you pick into certain sections of yourself, don't you? Certain different parts of your brain. That means you can relate to, from the street sweep to a politician, because you can engage that area.
Absolutely, and I think every person can. I think just as actors, we are so lucky because we get to do it full force and really throw ourselves into characters fully, instead of just slightly adapting to certain things, to fully take on and embody people that we didn't think we'd be able to embody, or in situations that we've never even experienced. But yes, to speak to that, I think every single person adapts. I watch them adapt. I watch people adapt in real time. Someone speaking to a man versus someone speaking to a woman.
It's a good observation.
Yeah, very different. Very different. The way that I show up in certain situations. When I walk into our boxing gym, so I box at this gym called Apex. When I walk into there, my energy shifts.
Yeah.
I actually become a little bit more boisterous because of the energy in there. The energy is quite boisterous. And then when I walk out, I'm like, oh, okay, time to drop the shoulders and not pump out the chest so much, back to me. But I do think, I think that's what makes, I think that's why I love the human condition so much.
It incredibly special that you celebrate something so horrible that happened to you. I mean, I guess you've got to put it in a good box, right? So I mean, that's fascinating to hear that you can celebrate something so awful and take the good out of it if you are able to.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah. Or maybe it stays awful, but I think I look at it differently now. I think I see the steps. I see my missteps and I see the steps that I had to take afterwards. And I think it brought me to this place. I don't think I would have gotten to this place. I don't think so.
You've got a son?
I do.
How old?
14.
14. What do you teach him about, I mean, what have you taken from your childhood, the successes and the failures that you teach him?
We speak about failure or missing the mark very differently. I think we reframe it very differently in that, okay, man, that's not your thing. That's cool. Look at all these other great things. I think I've even put him in a school that is very, they see the child and his personality and what he does holistically versus systemically. And I try to do that as well. He's taught me a lot about myself. I always say that he saved me, I got out of a very toxic relationship because of my son.
Really?
Yes.
How did he guide you?
Because I cared about him more than I cared about myself at that time. And I felt for the first time ever that there was someone that I wanted to protect. And then I realized that he was a part of me, so it meant I had to protect myself too. And through my life, through my journey, even now, taking on, being seen is not an easy thing for me. Having eyes on me and it's not an easy thing, which is so weird because I'm an actor, right? But the way that he holds that as a young man is very interesting.
What do you mean?
So, I have been having little panicked moments where I'm unable to hold myself, and I have to cry. I have to take the moment. And my son will look at me and go to the kitchen and make me a cup of tea and come and sit with me on the bed and hold my hand and be like, Mom, you're doing so good. You're doing so good, Mom. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if people don't like it. Why you did it. They didn't do it. And oh man, I don't know. He's been one of the biggest blessings, him and my husband. One of the most incredible, two of the most incredible blessings in my life, because the way that they hold me as men, wow, is helping me with things that traumatized me earlier in my life. Doesn't mean I'm over them. Doesn't mean that it isn't still triggering, not at all. What I mean is I'm making space for how I'm going to hold it differently.
Lucky to have those powerful people in your life. I mean, we've got a message here from Dr. Philemon, and he just says, Friday show always a treat. Thank you for an intriguingly profound interview, savoring every moment. And we're going to talk to you more, but right now it's 2:21. Time for the news headlines.
Thanks, Jane. Good afternoon. Johannesburg firefighters are currently battling a blaze at the Reach Out for Christ Church in Protea, Soweto this afternoon. It's understood the massive blaze broke out at the popular Soweto church earlier today. Emergency service teams are on the ground in an attempt to contain the fire. The Gauteng Education Department has set the 9th of September as the final deadline for parents to submit all necessary documents required to complete the online admissions process. This applies to parents whose children will be going to grade 1 and 8 next year and have applied to schools through the system. Applications are closing in the next 9 days. And Transport Minister Barbara Creasy says the decision to allow private train operating companies access to Transnet's rail network will stimulate economic growth. 11 private companies have been approved to use the network through allocated slots across Transnet's 41 routes. This means the state will now work with private operators in moving minerals and other goods by rail. Those are the headlines this EWN and more at 3 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Heading towards Alberton, we've got an accident on the R59 North that happened before Swartkopies Road. It's causing heavy delays. Please be on the lookout there. While on the N3 North, bumper-to-bumper traffic between the Geldenace interchange and the Glulies interchange. There's also queuing traffic along the R21 South. In fact, a stop and go coming out of the Tembisa area all the way towards the Atlas Road exit due to roadworks, as well as an accident right near Atlas Road. Please drive with care. Traveling in the city of Tshwane, delays on the N1 North approaching the Proof Pass interchange. There's also queuing traffic in Irene along Nelme Pierce Drive and Main Road, and that's due to faulty traffic lights. Please be patient on the road. I'll have more updates at the top of the hour.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
702 delivers
on the matters that matter to you.
Hi, this is Julia de Bruin from Sandton. I like 702 because it's even-handed. Everybody and anybody can phone in, express their opinion, and everybody is treated with respect. So you get a good balanced view of everything, lots of information, lots of interesting things that you would never have otherwise known about. You can find out via 702. Whether you start listening at 5 a.m. if you can't sleep, or whether you're still awake at night at 10 to 12 with August.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
so we can deliver more on what matters to you.
702 listens.
Let's walk the talk.
Flu can be severe, especially for young children, older adults, and those with underlying health conditions. Do one thing for them. Consider vaccination to protect you and your loved ones against flu. Speak to your healthcare provider today to book an appointment covered by most medical schemes. A message brought to you by Sanofi.
Dear Journal, trying to be an adult day 3731. I'm really struggling to explain my parents to my therapist. Might send him to live with them so he can see for himself. What if he ends up in therapy too? Wait, what if they love him more than me?
Finally learning about mental health. Get covered at pineapple.co.za.
It's convenient and like 19 Rand a day, so it's 100% the insurance for you. Underwritten by Old Mutual Alternative Risk Transfer Insurer Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP. Premiums are risk profile dependent.
Choose the best. The new Huawei Pura 80 series. The master of photography. A super sensor with precision zoom. Stay sharp from dawn to dusk with a superior 1-inch ultralighting camera and ultralighting macro telephoto lens. The master of color, enhancing every frame with vibrant color and incredible clarity. Tricky lighting? No problem. Take portraits against the light with every face perfectly illuminated. It's more than a phone. It's a professional studio in your pocket. Go beyond with Huawei Pura 80 series.
Betway is taking you to dizzying new heights in one of the world's most popular games, Aviator. Place your bets and watch the multiplier climb higher and higher. Pick the right time to cash out and stand to win millions on a single bet. It's all possible from the palm of your hand. Get way more only at Betway. Betway is licensed and regulated by the Western Cape Gambling and Racing Board. No persons under the age of 18 are permitted to gamble. South African Responsible Gambling Program toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710. Winners know when to stop.
The 12th edition of the DSTV Delicious International Food and Music Festival, powered by Lotto Star, is here. Experience unbeatable vibes this Heritage Weekend at the Kyalami Grand Prix circuit on the 20th and 21st of September. On Saturday the 20th, catch Don Toliver, Cuesta, Nkaba Zezwe and more. Then on Sunday the 21st, don't miss the iconic Lauryn Hill on her 25th anniversary tour with special guests Wycliffe Jean, YG Mali, Zion Mali with Lyra, Mandisi Junchis and Zoe Modicha, also performing on the Sunday. Tickets at Ticketmaster, the DSTV Delicious International Food and Music Festival, powered by Lotto Star and proudly supported by 702.
Coming up
on 702 Drive.
Oh, you.
It's me. It's my turn. Oh, okay.
You were swatting. You were getting your notes up. What's
exactly.
coming up?
Thanks, Jane, and good afternoon to you and to the listeners. If your child will be doing grade 1 next year or grade 8, you need to pay special attention because the online admissions will be underway. We will be talking to someone about that. That usually gives parents a huge headache. And every single year we hear about glitches in the system, parents lining up at the Department of Education, wherever the areas are, and complaining that their kids would be spending a month or two without going to school. This is such a serious thing, and I urge all parents to listen in and really to take some action as early as possible. We'll be flooded in January by these things, so I think let's get it right now whilst there's time, so that we can do something about it. We'll chat about that on the show. Jane, there are also people who've been complaining, and we've been accused on Twitter, not as 702, but generally as the media, that we have overlooked this thing deliberately, the lottery Ituba issue, wherein people are saying the biggest winners for some time have been coming from FNB account users and ABSA. Other banks have not seen big winners. And there was one particular huge jackpot that was won. And some people claim that it was not live on YouTube. Out of nowhere, we heard that this person won and the information could not be verified. We'll be speaking to Ituba about that because it's also a very serious story about having confidence in our national lottery. So we'll chat about that a little bit later on. And on a lighter note, Jane, have you had a strangest thing happen to you that no one else would ever believe if you told them? That's the question that we'll be asking our listeners. And of course, Rendell Abrams will join us for Rendell's One Song, and a book, a song and a dish is also there. All the standards are there on the show between 3 and 6 today.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Double.
Cheers.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
Speaking to Danica Del Rey Jones, a South African actress. I'm sure you've seen her in many plays, films, and just about to launch into one now, Hunting Jessica Brock. And you've been sharing us beautiful stories about your life and your kid and the incredible impact that he's had. And I want to know about another failure of yours that I know you're keen to talk about, when you were auditioning for So You Think You Can Dance. What happened?
My gosh. Oh, all I remember is that was all that I was conditioned, like not conditioned, but when I was in school, I was good at dancing. To explain where I come from Pietermaritzburg, where nothing great happens. Kidding. But it's a very small town, so we're not very exposed to entertainment or classes or anything. And in my neighborhood, people said I could dance, and I believed them. And I loved it. It was something that fueled my soul more than anything. And I don't think that I wasn't a good dancer. I think I just wasn't a technically sound dancer. So
natural.
Very natural.
Yes.
And so when I went to So You Think You Can Dance, when we did the audition where you have to just freestyle, like do your style, no choreography, I nailed it. And then you go through to the next round where they come to different places. So the audition was in Durban, and it was choreography, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. And everyone around me was getting it. And I was not getting
You were
it.
the one.
I was the one who was looking crazy. And then it's on SABC 1 at the time, I think. And everyone's watching you, and you think to yourself, okay. And then they give us time to rehearse, and I think, okay, I'm getting it. And then we get there and we have to do it as a group. And I just closed my eyes and I said, I'm not going to be able to do what they tell me to do. I'm just going to do what I want to do. And I did what I wanted to do. I tried to throw as many of the moves in that I could catch. And I will never forget one of the choreographers and one of the judges. Her name is Didi Moses. She's actually very well known in the dance community and entertainment community. She came up to me, and I had on my T-shirt that I had painted, "Coloreds are capable." And she was like, I love your T-shirt. You need to send me one. Please don't stop dancing. And I was like, but I didn't get through. She's like, you're still really, really, really good. Don't stop dancing.
And how beautiful of her to say that.
Yeah. And a lot of people, it's so funny. I've met David as well, one of the judges on So You Think You Can Dance as well. And Didi also gave me one of my biggest auditions. I think I was still staying in Durban, and she called me and she was like, hey, do you want to audition for, I think it was like Honey 3 or something at the time, I think. And I was like, yes. And I auditioned and I didn't get it again. And, I look at these moments and I don't even think I was ready for them. Even now, as I'm living in this hunting Jessica Brock moments, I'm like, am I ready? I just have to meet it where it is. It is. But at that time, when I look at everything that I was carrying as a person, do I think I would have survived and gotten through on the other side like this? I don't think so.
So good thing you didn't get those roles.
Good thing.
And, being in the sort of position that you're in, I mean, the irony, I guess, is that you are a show woman, and whatever you do is seen by so many people. You've got agents, you've got fans, you've got family. You can't hide from that lack of success. How do you process that?
When you figure it out, can you let me know? Because I still, people say you're so successful. But I mean, this year for the industry has been really quiet.
That's right.
And it's hard to sit back and see all your work that you've worked so hard, towards being released. And you're sitting there in limbo as an artist. How do you hold both? How do you celebrate both? How do you hold space for the, man, this is really hard, and oh man, I did that. At the same time, I'm still figuring it out. I'm praying that I don't give over to the darkness that easily, but some days it really gets me. Some days I'm like, I quit. If I quit every Tuesday, I'm back up on Wednesday trying to look at why actors carry on and trying to figure out why I carry on. And
Is there a lot of darkness in you?
I would say there is. I think that a lot of people meet me and they're very surprised at how quirky I am. And I think I have a lot of darkness because I have a lot of light.
I was going to say, there's a fantastic lightness of being here in the studio.
Yeah, I have a lot of light. I think, I come from a very, very strong mom, single mother, and she, if I can be like her when I'm big, I would love that, because I refuse to accept that I am an adult yet. I'm still figuring it out.
I can relate.
Oh, great. So it carries out. Wow. And then you get to 80 and you're like, oh, maybe now, maybe it's time. And then when you accept it, God raptures you, But I look at my mother and how she had so much happening, and she was still, I think, the person that I looked up to the most, the person that I feared the most, the person that I wanted to impress the most. I still see her that way. The person that I think is the strongest person I know, the kindest person I know. And she was the one who always, whatever I was doing, I would draw on my clothes and she'd be like, you're expressing yourself. I would write a poem and she'd be like, you're expressing yourself. I would be dancing up and down the house at like 5 o'clock in the morning because I'm a very early bird. And she'd be like, you're expressing yourself, but please, can you keep it down? But she was the person that I call my corner man. In boxing, you have the people that are there in your corner. She was always there for it all.
And I'm intrigued to know about what happened with your uncle, but we're going to just listen to this first.
Sunday.
A day to exhale.
To breathe in the melody.
Unwind with Soulful Sundays on 702.
Kenny Maestri starts your day.
With smooth R&B and timeless classics from 10 a.m.
At 2 p.m.
Hoshaza Sidia keeps the good vibes flowing with rich, soulful sounds.
And as the night sets in, let Lutimba Madumo
take you on a journey with jazz and beyond.
From 6 to 9 p.m.
Soulful Sundays.
Relax, unwind,
and let the music move you.
Only on 702.
Let's walk the talk.
Celebrate the arrival of spring with jazz from all corners at Nyrox Sculpture Park in the Cradle of Humankind on the 7th of September, featuring Kujenga, Tandi Ntuli, Linda Sekakane, Sia Makunze, Nirox invites you to indulge in nature and art, exploring exhibitions on the rolling lawns and meandering waterways. A perfect occasion for family and friends with curated culinary pleasures and refined bar offerings. Limited tickets are available from niroxarts.com. Nirox is a private, not-for-profit foundation to benefit the arts. All income is used to maintain the grounds, the artist residency program, and artist support.
Luck could be on your side when you play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 69 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Friday. That's right. Play Powerball for an estimated 26 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 43 million rand today. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD. Panda, Pusha, play. Players must be 18 years old or play responsibly. E2 is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
At the heart of global conversations shaping our future, Africa's voice is more important than ever. As proud lead sponsor of the B20, the Standard Bank Group is honored to showcase the continent's growth, partnerships, and potential on the world stage. Because driving Africa's growth isn't just our ambition, it's our purpose. Tune in every Monday from 3 p.m. for the Standard Bank B20 In Brief for key insights and updates around the B20. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
This September, Joburg Theatre brings you a powerful mix of drama, music, and dance. Dancing the Death Drill, adapted from Fred Khumalo's acclaimed novel, tells the tale of Pito Mutaung, a South African soldier forever changed by the tragic sinking of the SS Mendi. The cast features Kwenzo Ngobo, Tuli Tabete, and Clint Brink, with choreography by Luyanda Sidia and original music by Msaki. This is a story of love, loss, and remembrance. Catch it from 9 to 28 September 2025 on the Mandela stage at Joburg Theatre. Dancing the Death Drill, a moment in history brought to life. Book now at joburgtheatre.com.
Franchise your future with a vision to invest, the mindset to follow a proven system, and the drive to grow something of your own. Meet the minds behind smart investments and proven franchise success on Franchise Your Future with Relebogile Mabotja, brought to you by Cash Converters on 702. Plus, you could win 10,000 Rand to kickstart your journey to franchise your future. Hit primemediaplus.com now. Then every Tuesday from 1 p.m, catch Franchise Your Future on Afternoons with Relebogile Mabotja, brought to you by Cash Converters. Your money, your momentum on 702. Let's walk the talk.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
I'm speaking to Danica Del Rey Jones, South African actress. We've seen her on Scandal, Generations, now in Hunting, Jessica Brock. And Abel, who I'm working with, was frightened when he saw you because of some of your characters.
You should be.
You ran out of the studio. Tell us about your relationship with your uncle and where you felt that you got that wrong, or you let him down.
He was everything to me. He was like a father figure. He is my mom's younger brother, was my mom's younger brother. They were like twin souls, the two of them. And he was the person where whenever I was stuck or whenever something was happening in my life, he would sit down and he used to call me Deanie Bugs. And he would sit down and give me a talk in the calmest way ever. Whether I was in the wrong or felt wronged, whatever it was. And he spoke to me at the same tone every single time with this kindness. So how I started my acting journey is so interesting. A friend of mine, Menzi Mkwane, was writing a play, and I was asking God for a sign, and so naturally he puts me in front of a stop sign while I'm walking to work, and I'm just like, it's actually like you can't make it up. Like, okay, great. And I stopped in front of it, and I just started bawling my eyes out. And then my friend who is catching a taxi to Durban, we were in school together. We were the two standouts for drama, him for theory, and myself for practical in our year. And he was like, buddy, why are you crying? And I was like, I feel like it's never going to get better than this. I was earning 3,000 Rand a month. My mom said, from that 3,000, you will pay rent, you will sort out your son, and the rest is yours. And when it runs out, you can ask me for help. But you have to with that 3,000 Rand, sort yourself out, because that's for the rest of your life. And that's what I was earning. I was on my way to my job. And he said, buddy, I'm writing a play and you're going to be a part of it. And I said, I don't know how to act. Remember, I can't act. I didn't finish my degree like you. I didn't stay in it. I've been floating around trying to figure out life. And he's like, I'm writing a play. And 2 years later, the call did come. And he said, I've written you a role, and it's Naomi. And she is an African Sanusi that helps people cross over to the afterlife. And I was like, I can't play that role. I am the feisty one, you know. I'm supposed to be the feisty one, not the quiet one. And he said, in your silence, you are the most powerful. And I don't think you know that about yourself yet. Trust me, buddy. And it's our final tech rehearsal. And my phone rings, and I never answer my phone. But it rang. And it's always on silent, but it rang. And I pick it up. And my boyfriend at the time says, Danica, I'm so sorry. Your uncle just passed away.
Oh, no.
He's just taken his life. And it's a 5-minute tech call to the stage. And I've been at this crossroads before. At DUT, where I didn't choose my art, and I didn't choose what I needed to do. And now this massive thing that I feel like I will never be okay from has happened. And my director and friend Menzi comes up to me and he says, buddy, you don't have to do this. You don't have to. I can do your role. And I said no. He'd want me to do it. Chupi would want me to do it. That's what I called him, Uncle Chupi. And I did it. And there was a silence in the space, because there was a part where I'm just standing there crying on stage. Not because my character does it, but because I'm just processing. And everyone was like, that's not part of the script, that doesn't happen, that. And then my director told them what happened, and they were like, what a strong woman. What a strong woman. And I felt like I let him down because I wasn't there for him the way he was there for me. And I think I didn't see the signs or realize that maybe he needed us as a family. I think he was the person that was everyone's Band-Aid, you know, with a smile, and had time and place for every single person.
I should imagine that everyone feels like you then, if he was that kind of guy, that you could probably never give him enough.
Yeah.
Danica, I could keep talking to you, but we've run out of time. And
wow.
I appreciate you sharing
Thank you so
those
much.
very beautiful moments with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you want to know about the heart and art of jazz, look no further than the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz Festival, a grand ensemble of over 50 world-class acts across 4 stages for 3 whole days. That's right, from the 26th, 27th and 28th of September. The Sandton Convention Center will be demure and sophisticated as the fine Standard Bank Joy of Jazz 2025 takes you deep into the heart, the art and splendor of jazz. Take me there. Book your seat via Ticketmaster now.
For over 200,000 businesses, Yoko has been there, backing the brave. simplifying payments with our legendary Little Blue card machine. We've built a legacy of making businesses run smarter. Now, meet the next generation of smart. Yoko Counter. It's the smartest till you'll ever own. Your all-in-one hub for seamless payments, crystal clear recons, effortless stock control, and efficient staff management. Yoko Counter. Level up at yoko.com.
Hollywood Bet Aziz Shege. Beyond the Game is back for the new soccer season. Up for grabs is a share of 4 million rand in prizes, including the Toyota Rumion, Corolla Cross,